Hello my dear friends, thank you very much for watching my channel again. Today we're going to be talking about 10 things that shocked me in Poland. So let's get into that. Shops are closed on Sundays. Don't think you can just go and buy something in the supermarket or in a shop on Sundays because they are closed, and this happens since 2018 when there was a new law introduced which forbids shops to open on Sundays. And it was shocking for me because in Guatemala, I think Sunday is the most important day of the week for shops because people don't usually work on this day, so they have time to go and buy. And in Poland, there are only 7 Sundays during the year when the shops are open. You don't want to go during those 7 Sundays because believe me, they are packed, they are full, they are so crowded. It's difficult to find parking. Please let me know if in your country shops are open or closed on Sundays. Saturday is a day for cleaning. It is a tradition that families have that they deep clean the whole house, and it is from the youngest to the oldest. They all help each other and they clean the whole house, but it's a deep clean. In Guatemala, there is not a specific day for cleaning, and I'm not saying that people in Poland don't clean on different days. I'm just saying that there is a tradition that I'm sure that a lot of families keep, that on Saturdays they clean, and that's something that I have already got used to. On Saturday mornings I usually deep clean the flats, and but at the beginning that was shocking for me. People don't eat red meat on Fridays, and this is a tradition that is still kept nowadays. I'm not saying that everyone does it, but according to the Catholic Church, Fridays are of penitence, so you shouldn't eat red meat. And I noticed, at least in Lubelskie and in Podkarpackie, that a lot of people still follow this tradition and they don't eat red meat on Fridays. Instead they eat pierogi or just spaghetti with sauce or pancakes, I don't know, something else, or fish. And this was shocking for me because in Guatemala it doesn't happen. Guatemala is a very Catholic country as well, but this just happens during Lent, not during the whole year. And in Poland they also don't eat red meat on Christmas. And as I said, I'm not saying that it's everyone, but I know that a lot of people don't eat meat on Fridays. Please let me know down in the comments if in your country people do or do not eat red meat on Fridays. The celebration of the name day. Yes, in Poland people celebrate their name day, or imieniny in Polish, and this is a celebration of the day of the saint you're named after, but they don't celebrate the saint, they celebrate the name. And this is a celebration that is mostly popular among older people, but it is still very strong, and people gather with their families and friends and they eat and they drink. In some cases it is possible to celebrate it in different times of the year because the name is so popular that many saints had it. That's why, for example, the name Maria, I know that it is in different times of the year that it's possible to celebrate it, and some people even decide to celebrate it many times of the year, because one time I heard someone saying that Polish people like celebrating for everything, and the name day is a great day for you to celebrate and drink and eat with your family. Please let me know if in your country people also celebrate the name day like they do in Poland. The darkness during the winter. In Poland, it gets dark quite early during the winter, and especially during December, it gets dark around 3 p.m. And that was completely shocking for me, especially because I'm from Guatemala, a country where it gets dark from 5 to 6 p.m. all year long. And when I moved to Poland, the winter was starting, so it was one of the most difficult things for me to get used to. And after 3 years, it's a bit better, but I'm not gonna lie to you that when it's 3 p.m. and it gets dark, in my mind I have that the day is over, but it's not like that. Please let me know in the comments at what time it gets dark in your country during the winter. People take their shoes off when they visit someone. That is something strange for me because in Guatemala, I think I never removed my shoes when I enter someone's home. But in Poland, every time that you visit someone, you're supposed to take your shoes off before you enter the person's home. And that is because the shoes contain bacteria from the outside. And in some occasions, it is raining outside and there is snow, so you don't want to make a mess on the floor. And people also have carpets and rugs and you don't want to make them dirty. So that's the reason why you should remove your shoes when you enter someone's home. So my recommendation would be, if you're visiting someone, put on a good pair of socks. When you visit someone, there is always a lot of food. One time even one person told me, Jose, my guests cannot leave my home if they're not full. And I think that is completely true, because when you visit someone, you're going to find salads, ham, cakes, sausages, sandwiches, and many more things. And I think, I don't know, it's a way of Polish people making their hosts feel welcome, because they offer a lot of food. And the food is delicious, and the host always offers again and over again and again. So believe me that when you visit someone, you're going to leave this place full. In Poland, studies are short. For you to get a master's degree, you need 5 years. Of course, the bachelor's degree is included in that. And students graduate from high school when they're 19 years old. So if you continue studying, by the time you're 24, you're going to have a master's degree. In Ukraine, people graduate from high school when they're 17 years old, and some of them decide to study in Poland. So that means that by the time they're 22, they have a master's degree. On the other hand, in Guatemala, you need 5 years for you to get the bachelor's degree, and 2 extra if you want a master's degree. And in some cases, it's even longer because of the bureaucracy in universities, which is awful. Please let me know down in the comments how long it takes in your country for you to get a master's degree. Villages are so beautiful. The first time that I was driving through a village, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, because in Guatemala, sadly, villages are places where the living conditions are not good. In some cases, there is not even electricity, there is no asphalt on the streets, and yes, in general, they are poor places and the living conditions are not good, and that's something that is very sad for me. But in Poland, the villages are so beautiful, and sometimes people decide to move to the villages and they build a beautiful house with a beautiful garden and a beautiful view. Please let me know in the comments how the villages are in your country. You always hear that Polish people drink a lot, but you don't really have an idea of how much they drink until you go to a Polish wedding. You see bottle after bottle after bottle of vodka coming to the table, and then you think, well, they mix it and they prepare drinks. Let me tell you, they don't. They drink it straight, clean, in shots of 30 or 50 milliliters, and afterwards they might drink some water, some juice, some soda. And they also have this beverage which is called Wimber, which is a homemade alcoholic beverage which contains between 50 and 70% of alcohol. And yes, you guessed well, they also drink it during weddings, and they also drink the next day after the wedding a lot. It's just incredible for me. Please let me know down in the comments if people also drink in your country a lot. And my dear friends, thank you very much for watching once again. Please let me know in the comments what things impress you or shock you or are interesting of this beautiful country. And make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.